Hey guys, welcome to question MM378 of the Maths Methods Fortify study guide. So in this question we've got a binomial random variable x where e of x, expected value, equals 3 and the standard deviation of x is equal to 3 on 2. Now we have to find the probability that x is equal to 2. So as soon as we see binomial, there's a few different things that we need to work out. So we know that we're going to need to use our binomial distribution formula, which I'll get to later. But in order to do that, firstly we're going to need to find our n value and our p value, right? So the number of trials that we had, the number of attempts, and also the probability of success of each of those trials. So we know that according to our binomial little formulas, our expected value of x is equal to np, right? And our standard deviation of x is equal to the square root of our variance, okay? Awesome. So let's just figure out this variance situation first. So we know that our standard deviation, 3 on 2, is equal to the square root of our variance. And you'll see why I'm doing this in a second. That means that our variance of x is equal to 9 on 4, right? Because we square both sides and that gives us 9 on 4. Now, we also know that the variance of x in a binomial function, or in a binomial distribution, is given by np outside of 1 minus p. Okay. Now, we know that the question tells us that e of x is equal to 3, which means that 3 equals np. Okay. Now, np is this section here, this little bit here, and it's the same as this np up here, which means that the variance of x is equal to 3, because I've just replaced this 3 with np, outside of 1 minus p, and what's our variance? 9 on 4. So now we can use this to figure out our p value. Rearranging this, we get p is equal to 1 on 4. Now, we also know that 3 is equal to np, but we now know that p is equal to 1 on 4. So n times 1 on 4 is equal to 3, and that means that we can get our n value, which is 12. Awesome. So now that we know that n is equal to 12 and p is equal to 1 on 4, we can use our binomial distribution formula, right? So that is, I might even write that here. So according to our distribution, the probability that x is equal to x is ncx outside of p to the power of x outside of 1 minus p to the power of n minus x, alright? So we're going to need to use these values in order to figure this out, because this is the format that all of our answers are in our multiple choice options. So we're looking for our probability that x is equal to 2, which means that our n value is 12, so we have 12cx, where this is our x value, so 12c2, outside of p, which is 1 on 4, to the power of x, which is 2, times 1 minus p, so 1 minus a quarter is 3/4, outside of n minus x, so 12 minus 2. Now, what we can do is sub some of this into our calculator. We don't need to do this in our calculator because that's the format that our answers are in, but we will need to do 12c2 into our calculator. So 12c2 is equal to 66, so you can just do that in your CAS, and then we get 1/4 to the power of 2 times 3/4 to the power of 12 minus 2, which is 10. Now this gives us our answer of C, guys. So C is our final answer, 66 times 1 on 4 to the power of 2 times 3 on 4 to the power of 10. This is our biggest thing here. And then also finding our n and p, because we can't use this unless we know our n and p. So guys, that's it for MM378. As always, please hit me up if you have any questions in the comments below. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.